Hi guys, can you hear me okay? Because I can't tell if you can hear me or not, as I'm not getting any audio, ironically, from the stream of my headphones now. So, tell you what, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me fine, just so I know it's working. You hear me, Matthew? Brilliant. That's perfect. So, a bit of a different setup this time. So, I can do a couple of hellos. So, hello to Matthew. Dr. Virus is here, apparently. We've got Tegan, just going back through the chat a little bit. He's excited for Wednesday. Ben's already started his overdue library books with Carl Heisenberg. Thunderbirds fan 103. Hello. Cool, you can all hear me. Nice. So it's a little bit of a different layout this time. Trying something completely different. Hopefully the stream's going to be coming through nicely and it's not going to be too delayed or anything. Can you hear the music as well? That's another thing. Let me know if you can hear music. You should hear some music, but that shouldn't overdo my voice. I did hear it at one point and it is on there. It's set for about 50, so it's about halfway, so it should be quite nice with the music. Let me know. Awesome. So it should be a balanced stream. So bit of a different layout this time, so I can do an up close and personal if we've got any questions a bit later on, or we can jump back to having side by side here, or a couple of different layouts, which is quite cool. And potentially, if it all works, I could even have guests on here as well at some point, which is quite good. But yeah, so we're going to continue drawing Will and ELFIE from Wistoria, Wand and Sword. We've literally got Will's line art and his basic structure done, the flats. So it's just a case of turning him off and starting on ELFIE's line art. And we're just going to make a start on it and see where we get to today. I will jump into the comments here and there if I can. I do also have some other things, so you can try it in the chat. It should work. I'll actually try it now. Give me a second. What was quick on the stream? What, that I jumped on the stream ahead of when you were thinking, or that is all working? I think that's it. Suggested. In theory, if I drop this in the chat, perfect. So in the description of the video or the live stream, there's a link to a form. But if you do !mark suggest vid, it gives you a form where you can suggest a future video. The only thing you got to fill out of that, instead of the multiple select, if you don't want to choose a pre-existing one, it's just the details of what video you'd like to suggest, and I can collect all the responses. And then I think each month or every couple of weeks, I'm going to have a look at that and see if there's something we can schedule in for you guys. Yeah, Justin, a new order in the layout, and I can show your comments and take them off if I wish to, which is really, really cool. But if you have any questions, if I see it in the chat, I can star them. So I can actually, if it's a good question, I don't have a chance to answer at that point, I can star them so I can just filter out by them only. That's not a problem, Mark. It's just if you ever get an idea, you can just drop that in there. It's not a problem at all. We will start drawing in a minute, so it's going to be nice and quick. I did put a poll out, which I'll leave for most of the stream going, and it's, would you rather be a mage with magical powers or a warrior with super strength? Now, super strength also includes agility and speed a little bit. It's kind of a Wand and Wistoria question, but I thought it fit the topic of what we're drawing. I can even potentially do an artist showcase by loading up Discord on one screen and sharing it on here, but I haven't got that sorted yet. Right, I will do these in a couple of bits. I'll definitely put the skits into the start so I don't miss them. so I can come back to it. First question, Ark says, what to draw and why not both Dempsey? Both would be good, but you can only choose one. And what to draw? Draw Ashana the Godslayer, and there's references in the Discord and a character reference, which you should have access to for that channel. Draw Ashana the Godslayer meeting your angelic demon, and you can put them however you want. Okay, we're not doing Ben's suggestion. Galahan19 has a question. Hey DempseyJ, have you thought about trying the emoji sheet challenge? Kingpin is almost through it. I'm halfway through it. It's pretty fun. I have thought about that. To be honest, it is something that I have thought about doing on the channel at some point. I just haven't decided if I'm going to be doing it on a live stream or if I'm going to wait when I can actually do that. Mainly because I've just got a few things planned. I've got a few things planned for Monday. We've got the redraw coming out tomorrow, which is going to be pretty cool. That's something you guys have been waiting for, and I can happily say there's definitely more than 4 artworks in this one, and there's definitely at least 13 voices. I do need to finish tweaking some so that they sound right for the characters, but there are more than 13 voices, which is really good. But I have thought about doing it, and it is one that I am looking at doing. Justin says, if you were to turn the narrators into puppets, what puppet style would you do? Sock puppet, paper puppet, marionette puppet style? I would do a mixture, but I wouldn't turn them into puppets. I'd turn them into Muppets. Like Kermit the Frog and that. I'd make them into the Muppet style one with the fluffy belt. That would look really cool. I would love to see some of the character designs as Muppets. That would be really good. Galhan19 says, hey, does anyone remember the 6 fan art challenge? It was kind of big back in 2021. Yeah, it still goes around actually every now and again, which is quite good. Ashana the Godslayer is the one with the red skin and the floaty 6 things floating behind her. And now I can jump back to start to make it easier. And Tegan's got a skit, which is okay. Let's get the voices going. Finally, Shana is turning back soon. Not really. Say what? Yeah, it's next week or stream. You gotta be kidding me. Next time, darling. This looks like an unexpected turn of events. Which is quite cool. I'll start that afterwards. No, that's already scheduled in. I will be dropping that at some point around the middle of September. That's separate to anything else I do. Potentially, like I said, does mean that your characters in the DempseyJ redraws for the end of August might not get a higher chance compared to what they would have got, because you've got a guaranteed character being done, just unfair to everybody else. But yeah, it's quite interesting. Hey, Hannah Fanna, how's it going? It's been a while since we've seen you in the stream. Hope you're all good. See, I remember names now every now and again, which is quite cool. What have we got? Let's have a look. Yeah, so what Red Knight's on about, or what we're not on about, is you can get a chance for your OC to be drawn by me. All you got to do is send it to the email address scrolling on screen now. And what will happen is every so often I'll pick a character out and I'll either do a live stream or a video of a couple of them, and I'll redraw them in my style and just talk about them and my thought process on it. But it's a great way for you to get your character redrawn outside of the community redraws on the channel. Yeah, I got a few new toys now. I love it. So I'll leave that on screen for a minute. But yeah, we've got a few bits and bobs we can do now as we go through this, which is quite cool. So, yeah. But on that note, how is everybody? How have you been? I mean, I can change the layout up a little bit, and we can probably decide a bit later what layout we want. But there's a few fun things we can do. So I thought this would be quite nice one to have a large bit of screen and me still on screen talking to you guys and looking pretty much roughly where the camera is and where my reference is. But I can actually split the screen side by side. So what I can do is I can actually have something like this and swap us around, whichever way around you are, and it's close up here and close up to me. But personally, I kind of feel this layout works a little bit better. And like I said, I can do, or we could just have a close-up of the artwork that we're working on during the stream, close-up of me for question and answer time a bit later on. We might do that, or just going back to the layout we've got, which is quite cool. Oh, that sounds cool, Tegan. So, Tegan said they're excited for Wednesday, and they haven't told me why answering it. But Tegan's put, to answer my question about why they're excited for Wednesday, they'll reveal that in a skit, possibly sometime this stream, or before Wednesday. So it'd be pretty cool. You'll have to re-drop the story. I think I was going to do it, Ark, and then you kind of disappeared from the stream when I looked up. Then as I was about to do it, the next thing I noticed was you were saying the night is out, and then you left. So kind of a bit difficult to do the story once you've left, as it were. And honestly, because that was Monday, the start of the week, I generally cannot remember for the life of me what the story was, or the skit, or the thing, because I've had a busy day at work since then, in all fairness. A busy week at work. Also, the chat that I see will probably be coming in a bit later than the chat that you guys have done, so I have to wait for it to catch up. Just in case you think I'm not answering your questions, there is a small delay on chat. So, for example, I have got chat open on the other window, and I know Tony's put a message a little while ago. It's just come up on screen for me from what I can see, but I'm only answering it when it's on this screen. And Tony says, I really do want to see about the water episode and your Monster Slayer put together someday, please. Cool. Yes, that'll be quite an interesting concept. I will put that on the list. Actually, if you stick it in the form, which I'm about to drop in the chat now. 3, 2, 1 should appear. I love the times for that. Drop it into that form submission, what you'd like to see in the text box, and it's guaranteed I won't lose it in the chat or anything, because I'll be checking these regularly. Koi-Fish Gaming. Ahoy, Dempsey. Need a bloke to drop in for you. If you want to drop in, I can invite you to join, and we can get you set up if you want. I don't know what you'll see on this side, but you should be able to do some things if you want. Let me just copy that invite, because I can get several people going at once on this. This is brilliant. So we're going to have it drop in if Koi wants to. I just need to send a... If you do that, we'll see if we can get you set up, and should just be able to add you to the stage once you're in. I'll send it to you on Discord, Koi, if you wanted to jump in. And also, Koi-Fish Gaming, congratulations, being a member for 17 months, and let's try it. I'm game with you. Just once you join in, I should be able to see you and add you to the stage. Ark, you want to know how tall the Godslayer is? No, this is the best thing about using this at the moment. It does go a little bit slow on a few things that I'm doing, but potentially I can get that information up without it going too slow. I'm hoping it's still working quite nicely. Ven's obviously excited to see ELFIE. Because Ben goes, ELFIE! Yes, we've got here. How tall is she? Let me just have a look at the narrator base once it loads up. Basically because I've got a whole database with it all in there. And Justin, I'll probably see that a bit later. Yes, Ven. Was it Justin or was it Ven? No, Ven. Yeah, so Ven, I've started this thing where if you email into that Gmail account your OC, I'll put it into a random selector, and pretty much once a month or by the end of the month, start of the next month, I will go through the ones for that month and I will select them and we'll see what happens with them, which is quite cool. So yeah, I'm doing OCs. It's not going to be all the time, but the one, if it rolls over, it rolls over. And you wanted to know how tall Ashana was. The Godslayer is 5'10". I will save your skit for in a bit. I'm not sure if Koi is jumping in or not. We said let's try it, so hopefully the link should work and they should just be able to jump straight in as a guest. So once Koi is ready to, then that'd be quite cool. High chance she's shorter than a Janet Dion, probably. Her eyelashes white. Yeah, they're kind of like a light pale blue, like the hair, which is what I was going to do. Make them kind of the pale blue color, but do the outline. Hannah Fanner says, not a question, we just want to say that it's really cool to see your skills improving over the years. Thank you. It's just perseverance and studying what everyone else is doing from time to time, which is quite cool. Double check what we've got here. Justin says, I'll have to try and figure out how to translate that. And we have joining us on stage, Koi-Fish Gaming. Hi.
How you doing, man? How's things?
For some reason, I can't hear you. For some reason,
you can't hear
really
me.
Weird. It's almost like my mic's not picking up anything. I'm sure everybody else can hear you. I can't. So give me a second. Ah, that's why.
Can you hear me now? You good?
Yeah. Headphones. Yeah, so I decided to try this setup out, which is kind of working.
Are you using
StreamYard's
free, or are you using the paid version?
I'm using the paid version, but there's a reason for that later on. I had the free version initially, so we could have done this all, but we'd have a little logo in the top corner saying powered by StreamYard. The basic version would have worked, but I've got this for something that might be happening later on or early next month, next week. So I've decided to kind of like, while it was $1 to try it out for a week, let's go for it and just jump straight in.
Yeah, I literally just got back from the vacation and started my PC, saw your stream, and I'm like, why not try it, right? Never tested anything.
Yeah, I love this. You can tell when people aren't on your channel very often because
Koi face reveal.
Yeah,
oh man, it's all my face. If you want to see me, I'm everywhere, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know if you can actually click on the comments and actually bring them up yourself.
Comments. I see some comments. Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I can.
so if you go on one, if you click on it, let's see if you can bring one up.
No, I can just see them. I can't bring them up.
That's fine. That'll probably just be setting you up with some more.
Maybe if I join the chat, maybe. Let's see.
You can type in the chat for definite. But I don't know if you've got.
You got to connect YouTube to it. I see what you're doing.
Yeah, so fair enough. That's not a problem. We can jump back and forth. But how was your vacation?
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, I was driving. Well, I mean, the ferry ride was 16 hours. And we just did that last night, and I drove for another 4 or 5 hours to get back to the house. And here I am, right?
Damn, that's insane. 16 hours.
Yeah, so it's a long time. So the wife is out now getting some groceries to fill up the fridge again. And Joy is out to a friend's place. And yeah, she'll get back from groceries here in a little bit. So I'll have to jump back off the call. But yeah, I wanted to test this out for you to get it working.
Yeah,
and
no, I appreciate
who better than me for tech, right?
Yeah. You've solved all my tech issues. That issue with the green screen hasn't appeared, fingers crossed, touch wood, since getting the adapters that you were suggesting. And tweaking the one so I can have power into the iPad, so I'm not limited to a 3-hour stream. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And then, yeah, this seems to have less overhead on my machine in total.
USB-C is one of the worst things for passing video. It's actually quite terrible. I strongly recommend an HDMI cable. Yeah, and it's less complicated, Dempsey, because if something starts going awry, like if something goes crazy, then you just change out your capture card, right?
Yeah, no, completely back to HDMI. I mean, I've got the cable kind of here, HDMI cable plugged in and everything with wires everywhere off camera, but it's doing its job, which is the key thing.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm glad it worked out for you, because I figured that's what it was from the beginning. But you know, you had your setup. I didn't want you to have to spend money, right? So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Best thing is, green screen can actually now be a bad guy character. We can go, remember the days of green screen?
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking over the course of my vacation. Ark says, Koi, how are you? I'm doing well, Ark. How are you, man? But yeah, I was thinking about what I'm going to do for this year when it comes to what I'm doing. Do a lot more real hardware retro streams. And what I'm going to do, actually, Dempsey, I was thinking about it, and it makes total sense. So Fall Guys and other games that are more modern, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do those on Twitch, but I'm also going to make them members only on YouTube. So if you're a member, you get it, you know what I mean? So that way the algorithm doesn't push it out. And then from that point, I'll keep them as members only. So that way they don't get pushed out at all. And then we're good. And then if you want to really see it and you don't want to be a member, you jump on Twitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's a perk for the community on YouTube coming back, because it's like we've already discussed and you know about it because you remember on the channel, I'm doing a members only illustration each month, or from one month to the next month. There'll be one illustration on the channel, which I've mentioned a few times in the community tab now. Members voted illustration, and it'll be whatever the members voted for, and I've got to draw it. So, you know, if it's a little bit out of what I normally draw, I still got to draw it, but it gives back to the members for, you know,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. I think this will be a year of members and putting in a little bit more effort when it comes to that. Trying to get some more remote play streams. How's your fiber op going?
It's amazing. Other than limitations from the machine here and there, just to let you know, I've got like 2 YouTube, like YouTube and Google Chrome browsers open, my reference thing open, and I've got about another 6 apps open, including Discord, WhatsApp, and my Notion database, and the machine's not lagging or anything. The stream's coming through nice and good. It says excellent condition on the YouTube control bit. So other than limitations by the machine, it's amazing. And downloading files and uploading them to backup, oh my god, it's amazing. Oh,
good for you, man. I'm glad that worked out for you, because once you go high speed, like extremely high speed, it's really hard to go backwards.
Oh yeah, especially when it's like 1,000% increase. So a couple 100 megabyte file used to take like 4 or 5 minutes to download based on the download speed on average, and now it takes like a minute, maybe 50 seconds.
Well, Dempsey, imagine someone like myself. I went back to my parents' place, and they're running DSL. I'm not joking. Under a meg internet. It's bad, man.
Yeah, my parents are they're out in a village near me, so their internet isn't the greatest in the world. They haven't got fiber out there yet. So every time I go out there, my phone's faster on 4G sometimes than the internet. So it's like I feel that completely when you go there and you're like, yeah, and you go to something and you're like, what do I do now? It's
I
taking
know,
forever.
I know. And it's like if you do one thing, you download a picture on like a web browser, and it bottlenecks your entire internet. It's insane, man. Yeah, it's crazy.
I just guess.
So what are we drawing tonight, man? What's going on?
So there's a series called Wistoria, Wand and Sword, and it's basically an anime series about a student at a magical school, and he's the only student who has no magical power whatsoever, and they're all based on credits to go up this tower.
Sounds like My Hero Academia.
It's kind of like My Hero Academia in a sense, but the person at the top of the tower is the person he loves, his childhood's best friend, the person he wants to stand side by side with. So he's got all the noble mages knocking him down, but he basically kicks their ass left, right, and center. It's amazing. But so I've drawn him already, and I'll jump back out so you can see. So his name's Will Serfort. So I've drawn him last stream, and now I'm drawing the person he wants to follow up to the tower, called ELFIE, who's like a genius prodigy of the generation. So it's like the two opposite sides of the coin, which is quite good, and it's fun to actually draw some characters that are like anime based and build them up from that, especially from references. So I have an app called PureRef, and I'm loving the fact I can now do this. So I download images that I want, or save a copy of them, and then I'm going to do a behind the scenes for you guys. So if I go to this window here, so I'm sharing just the window. The beauty of this is I can drop this in before I actually go to do anything with it. I can now add this share bit to the stage, and I can make it full screen. And I've got a reference board now. So you can drop all your images in a folder into this one program, and then you can just zoom into them. So I've got all the reference images I need for any poses that I want.
It's almost like a poster board.
It is. It's like a mood board, poster board.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But it allows me to have different poses that I'm thinking about for the characters. So this was the one I kind of like did in the end for the main basis for Will. And then I've got different references, and I'm just using this one for most of the reference of the character for ELFIE. But I can now share screen. I can do stuff I couldn't do without killing the computer before, which is absolutely amazing now. So
and yes, Justin, I did see your message. That's like Black Clover met Harry Potter, and actually Harry Potter is exactly what I was thinking right at the beginning. So definitely.
Yep. And then I'll just move back to the.
Oh, look at you using your sexy StreamYard.
Yeah, swap them over the whole StreamYard.
Not doing it old school like I do it, right? Like, you know.
No. I think I'm going. I'm quite enjoying it this way round, just because.
What is it a month, Dempsey? How much does it cost a month?
If you're on Pro, I think the basic one's something like under $10 a month.
That's totally worth it.
And I think Pro is $19, but that allows you to have like 4 people as admin and co-hosts on a stream. It also allows you to have like up to 10 guests. And Pro's the one that I'm trying out at the moment because it was $1 for the first week. That's like 50 or under £1 for the first week, and it's like 15 quid a week afterwards. But I'll be happy to do the Pro version if what I'm planning in like a week's time works really well with it. There's a very particular reason for it that I can't go into. You'll find out in a week. So those in the chat who know, but I don't think anyone's in the chat. But it's full part of the functionality with the amount of guests and what we can do.
Yeah, no, I totally get what you're doing.
Which will work for this. But it's nice to be able to drag people onto this. I want to try and set up Discord on a Mac because for some reason it needed audio capture software because OBS doesn't pick up the Mac's default audio to capture it.
You can really appreciate. Remember that stream? I think I showed it to you, but where I was taking the 4 people, they all had RetroArch going, and they all had their own webcams, and we were doing like a battle. How complicated that was, man! It was insane. But StreamYards takes all the guesswork out. That's pretty cool, man.
I love this. Kingpin Creations. It sounds interesting. Can't wait to see what you're cooking up.
I have a feeling Kingpin has a good idea what you're cooking up.
I'm about to say, one of the when you say you know, Kingpin, I think you know.
Yeah, I think he's on the same wavelength I am. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but it's nice to be able to also like drop you into a stream for once. So you could we could do a Q&A stream with people on there. I can do a panel where I've got other artists like Kingpin, Nerd, Knight, or if I'm lucky enough, Potcross if he's free at some point, and we can review people's art on stream and give like feedback or something. You know, it opens up a whole world of possibilities for the channel for content I can make just by having the ability to drop guests in. It sounds really daft. It's one little thing, but it just frees up so much.
Yeah, it's so dynamic compared to what you can do with OBS, unless you really have a very thorough understanding and honestly an incredible PC. So being able to have people drop in and out like this, unless you had a Discord window replicated like 4 times or 10 times, and then the amount of overhead that costs on your computer is insane, right?
Yeah,
yeah, this is amazing. It's super dynamic.
I managed to get some sound capture. Kingpin can vouch for this. I caught some sound captures on OBS through this software that's like it's free, and then it's something like £5, £12 to buy it for the year or something. However, when I did an actual recording, not live, just a recording, the voices through Discord coming through captured sounded like they were demonic. I'm not kidding.
Yeah,
they sounded
the bit rate was complete crap. Yeah.
It was ridiculous. It sounded like that's Kingpin. I mean, okay, Kingpin at one point did say that himself, so it can't argue with that. But when he was talking normally, it was coming through like that, and it was just a case of that's not going to work. So I looked into StreamYard and thought, well, it works for vidIQ.
Yeah, it's a reason vidIQ uses it, right? And I mean, I looked at it as well that for my niche, it doesn't really make sense. But for someone like yourself, where you're taking guests on or guest speakers and that kind of thing, that's actually incredible. You're taking, in a way, what I did with the Crusher chat, and you're stepping it up one more level.
Yeah, you know? But it's the only way I can step it up is the thing. If I could have done it all myself, I would have done it myself to, reduce a bit of cost, but have the overhead my side with more control.
Yeah.
However, this works quite nicely. I also can do the banners at the bottom, so this is quite nice to have. Like, just use !suggest a video in the chat and fill out the form if you want to drop a video suggestion to me. So I've now hooked a form in for video suggestions on the channel, which works quite nicely. What people want to see, they let me know, and then I can check the responses every so often and see what type of content they want as well, which is working really well. So if it's more what ifs or original drawings or something, when it shifts, I can see it shift, which is going to be quite cool.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. I like what you got going on here. I think it's a big step. I remember a day, man, that you're so scared to even live stream, and here you are, like, actually experimenting with new stuff and shelling out some gas, right? Taking some chances. So that's awesome.
Yeah, literally, this is the first stream using it, but it's so easy to set up. The best thing about this also is this package not only allows guests to go to stream to 2 sections themselves after they log in with YouTube. You could send it to your channel if you wanted to, if you've been a part from the start.
Yeah,
I think it'll merge the chats as well. I didn't need to test that, but you can send to multiple locations. So I could be streaming now.
Let's see what happens when this
Twitch,
happens.
Instagram, and stuff.
Let's see.
Well, I think it's amazing that Koi's just gifted a membership.
Who's that guy?
Yeah, who's that crazy person to send money over? No, I appreciate that, Koi.
Yeah, no worries, man. I want to see what would happen with the chat over here. It's kind of neat.
Yeah. And Nerd says, new human. Yes, Nerd, this is Koi. New human jump scare.
There you go, man.
But no, it's really cool that this works so well, but there's also, I like the fact there's a private chat where we could just, you can flag anything.
Yeah, it's like a mod chat, right?
Yeah, a mod chat. There's banners that we can add, and I can create a new banner with a new ticker, like the OCs and stuff. But there's also branding. So not only can I do stuff like change the music.
This is all royalty-free music within.
These ones are built in within StreamYard, so they should be royalty-free. But you can add your own music if you've got the rights to it. So I can shrink my normal stream music down for the file size a little bit, and I can then drop it in here as uploaded, and I can do it myself. And with this package, I've actually got the ability to have different brandings. so I can style things differently for different types of streams if I wanted to, which is really cool. But I can also change the backgrounds. So I don't know, maybe this one looks a bit familiar to you.
Yeah, it's a bit bright. I know on vidIQs it's like jarring, right?
Yeah, but you could change that up if you wanted to, or have the video actions, or I can just have my custom.
Now, I'll tell you, Dempsey, if let's say hypothetically I really wanted to get StreamYards, do you know what I would use this for? I would actually use this just for my sidebar, and like have I'd have an L.
A bit down. Yeah,
and then I would overlay on top of it, which would be crazy.
Yes, and you can do that because you can add overlays on top. So for example, and I'm just going to do it right now because it's quick and easy to show. If I want to be right back, I'd mute the mic and I just literally click a button, and then I just unclick it. Yeah, it's perfect. I can drop that in starting stream, ending stream, do the mics. They even got a 30-second countdown already pre-built into this, which is amazing. But like I say, you can change the brand color. So
Benjamin Neal, I have absolutely no idea who Derek Simmons is, and if they're breaking into my house, they're about to get their arse kicked. So don't worry. Let's go.
I would like to say, if you break into Koi's house, beware. Not only can he chase you across water in that fancy cool little doohickey that he showed.
No, the Argo. It's amazing, eh?
Yeah, but I wouldn't recommend breaking into anybody's house over in the States or Canada or that way. Just no. They're not as nice over there if you try it as the UK.
Listen, the Canadians will say they're sorry after they kick your ass, but make no mistake, we're good at it. So it's all good. Koi is about to be like Liam Neeson in the movie Taken. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a particular set of skills. I will find you.
I thought we're not in the same room and we're doing the same bits of the line.
Well, I mean, that's all there is. That's basically the movie, right?
Have you seen the bit where he's doing the Taken kind of like persona, but he's doing an advert for some food or something? And it's and it's just like that Mickey take one, and it's absolutely amazing.
He's iconic because of that. And I think of Ra's al Ghul for Batman Begins. He was just so good, right? Yeah,
he was absolutely insanely amazing. To be honest, the roles he does so well because it's that almost lack of emotion on his face, but that intensity of emotion on his face at the same time. It's like almost like a blank face when he's looking at you, but you can tell by the eyes and just roughly where his mouth is how annoyed he is or how screwed they are on screen.
He can separate elements of his face.
Don't know how.
It's like his mouth moves in a snarly way, but his eyes don't really move. But then he'll move his eyebrows down a little bit, and it's like he looks intense all of a sudden. There's not much movement to his face, but it's very subtle. But it connects right to your cortex, right? Yeah,
you get that whole viewer connection that you want, especially for those type of scenes, which is really good. Justin says, where he plays himself, I think, buying a box of cereal and asking if he won't get hurt if he buys a box of tricks. There's a post-credit scene where he gets beat up. I haven't seen that, but
I've seen it,
that's my favorite Liam Neeson thing. I haven't seen that, but that's quite cool.
He's amazing. Well, listen, Dempsey, I tell you, it's been cool being here. I got to actually take off and help the wife here in a moment. And we'll do more drop-ins like this. I have no issues with it if everything's working. Luckily, I'm a streamer, so I've got the gear to just jump in. But not everybody can just jump in and have high-quality audio,
Yeah, but the best thing is it works from they can do it from a phone, they can do it from an iPad, and it'll pick up the camera and do the camera to you, which is quite cool. So, if you've got a tablet or a phone, technically speaking, you've probably got enough of the audio to work through this, which is quite a nice thing I've noticed for the guests.
Yeah.
I appreciate you jumping on. Thank you for that. And thank you for the membership that you gifted.
Yeah, I had to see what happened, right? All right, listen, dude, I'm going to get going. You guys have a great time. I'll try to drop in when I can. And make sure you guys like this stream, all right? Help Dempsey out. All right, dude.
Yeah, come on, guys. You've been told.
All right. See you now.
Cool.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. So, as we've seen, we can have guest members on there, which works out really well. So, it's quite cool. and it was quite cool to actually be able to. It was quite nice to be able to host somebody for once instead of jumping on their stream, which I'm hoping at some point in the future we can potentially do something with. So I don't know, maybe at some point Kingpin wants to join onto the stream, or maybe at some point we have I know you guys call us the funny art guys, but or the artist crew, but the funny art guys art reviews where we talk about submissions people put in or something, and we can discuss them on screen or something. That's assuming Kingpin, Nerd, and Knight are up for something like that at some point, which would be quite cool. I don't know if you guys are still in the chat, but yeah, I'm going to move my reference thing back over this way now because I don't need it all the way over there. But yeah. Ben says Imagine Popcross coming onto the stream. Yeah, that would be quite cool. I've also somehow managed to kill my brand. Hang on. That's fine. The brand color was somewhere along here and somewhere along there. That'll do. Sorry, it just makes it look a bit nicer on the bottom of the screen, coming up and stand out a bit more. Yeah, no, it would be quite cool if we could. I know he's got a busy schedule. Although I did ask him a question today and he did respond to me, which I was quite happy about. So I now know how to do Psychoparallax voice. I don't know how to the settings exactly, but I know a starting point to get a similar voice, which I was very, very happy he answered to, because that I've got something in mind that's not a character like Psychoparallax, but using that type of filter for a future video that I would love to do. I don't know if anybody's seen the old TV series Stay Tuned. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, sorry, a film, Stay Tuned. It's a really, really old film. But if you haven't seen that, then I'm not giving you any more details after that. Did I see your last message? You've edited me and Koi until one scene of Hell's Greatest Dad. I will have to check that a bit later on. I've got a couple chaps starred, and I won't share it on stream, Kingpin, but I will send it to you later behind the scenes in in a chat or something, because I asked him, he sent to me. I didn't check if I could send it elsewhere, but he was happy to share, so you know what that means. We can all use it potentially. Well, the artist guys can use it because we'll be respectful. We're not going to just make a character that's an Archon theme and rip off with a TV voice, but it'd be quite cool. But yeah. Okay, let's go back to. I've starred a couple of these. So I starred the members, which is awesome. It got starred automatically, which is, I appreciate that so much, Corey, if you're still listening. Taking 2 skits, so let's do this. So Shana's got a grumpy face. In fact, let's go big for this one. So Shana's got a grumpy face. I just fed you. Did you change your Nexon, darling? Scrap. Demonica, you do it. Shana just stares at Nexon with a mad face. Demonica, she's starting to creep me out. And then for the next skit, we've got... You take the mortal. Why, Master Loki? Loki just leaves. Why did he want me to take you? I'll explain later. Again with explaining later? Fine. Let's find Nexon, darling. He can watch you for a bit. Which is quite cool because it means that my starred one's up to date and on live. So, Justin's now curious on how you'd make Asta work in the sci-fi setting. It's going to sound pretty repetitive for me, but find that form from Stream Elements, about 7 or 8 chat bits up. Fill it out with Asta as a sci-fi setting, and it'll get added to my video list. Probably Sundays, or at least, maybe Sundays or Tuesday. I will go through that, make it in that form to my calendar to go through and get the video suggestions and put them in the list, which would be quite cool. Because I do want to do more content that you guys want to see, but I also want to find that balance between some of the content that I want to do. So, for example, I do want to do more stuff like original stories with the narrators and that. But I also know that what built the channel, what a lot of you guys want to see, is stuff like Marvel and DC characters either mixed with the narrators or mixed with certain topics and genres and flipped around. So it'd be quite cool to see how that goes. Just trying to think if anybody else wants to jump on the stream out the artist crew or anything. If you're free to, you don't have to. I'm more than happy to chill with some music and I can actually hear everything. I was wondering why it wasn't going on earlier. It's like, but you guys could hear me, so that was the main thing. Justin says, I typed it as Black Clover so far. I wouldn't know how to look for it since it just says click for no response after you fill out the form. Oh, if you've already put it in there, then that's not a problem. If it's already in, you've already submitted it in the form, that's fine. I can just find that. That won't be an issue. I'll find that one later and I'll know it's, to be honest, if it's Black Clover, I'm pretty sure it's from you. But yeah, no, that's fine. At least if you've put it in there already, then I know it's in there. That's all I'm saying is make sure it's in there and it'll be quite cool. And then we can sort banners out, turn that off for a little bit to hide it, and then we can get back to our drawing. So I'm looking to draw her wand next. I also need to just, what's that? Arc. Aha, cool. Arc's got a skit, and I managed to click on it, so the chat swapped over, which is interesting. So who fed you to get that big? What do you mean, though? You just shrunk yourself with magic. I did no such thing. So Ark said, where I do the redraw of Dr. Virus's virus form, which is the new one you swapped over to submit, the blue one with the ones and zeros on. It'd be cool if you put in a story for how they ended up in the worlds with your OC. I'm not sure if the redraws will end up being, these former redraws will go into the world of the OC. It might be talking about the character and more the design process and what I'm doing as a kind of like how that goes. I haven't figured that out yet, but I will bear in mind about the OC if I get a chance to, or I need some more information to do. I might make up a little scenario where they meet one of the OCs. It's not official, it's not canon, it's like a one shot, if that makes sense. I do one shot like that because it's like a one-off event. Should be interesting. 2 seconds, Ben. Give me a second and I should be able to check if I see that response in there. Basically, this is one of the nice things about I stream to a service and it just goes there. I got 12 responses and one of them is no, I don't have that one in there. Try it again and I'll reload this page. I've got 12 responses so far. I've been stocking them up. A lot of you guys want to see what if stories. At least 75% of you definitely want what if stories, which is quite good. Fusions, joining OCs. You guys want everything. You don't want members only content. That's because you don't want to be a member on the channel. No, I will be doing some members only content and doing more of it, but it won't impact on what I'm currently doing on the channel, if that makes sense. Thunderbirds, you've got probably about 10-15 minutes. It's usually about 1:15 on a Friday and bang on whatever time zone it is for you happening, because it's 10 here. Sorry, I was concentrating on my skin when it said when I saw it. I haven't looked at it yet, to be honest, Justin. I haven't had a chance to. I'm going to star your skit to. Okay, I'll do your skit now because it didn't star it; just highlighted it instead. Yeah. So, Monica, next, dear, why do you have a double chunk chocolate cookie? Obviously, the chicken bake is better. Why do you have to have a chicken bake, Monica? Isn't that basically a big hot pot? Hot pock? Is it supposed to be hot pocket? Hot packet? And think autocorrect's gotten in the way there, Justin. Is that basically a big hot pot? If you're going to have one of those bakes, have a steak bake. They taste way better than chicken bakes. Alright, drop that down. I'm still getting used to the controls on this, so it's quite interesting to see how some of these are going. Let's do that because I want to go. That'll work. Her wand is very detailed. I will be taking this layer off and detailing it more a little bit later, but I just want to not clipping mask it, but change its color to red to let me know I need to do something with it later. What is Shannon's reaction if 7 foot and Jet Demon being nice to her? She probably think it's up to something. Oh, okay, Thunderbuzz fan. If you're from the UK, yeah, it's so Mondays it's 10 o'clock, like we normally drop, or I normally stream on a Monday, 10 o'clock ish. And on a Friday, it's normally 1:15. For whatever reason, he set that schedule for his one, which goes each way. So yes, I've got that now, Ben. I'm on 13 responses, and you make a psychological thriller inspired character that is either a friend or foe of the Department of Multiversal Matters. So I believe that's your submission. Let me know if it is or not. But if this form's working, I can accept ones. I can turn it off to stop them. But I get this nice little graph of all my multiple select ones, and then all your ideas get put down so I can have a look. It's like Apple Flavors has got also a potential Apple Flavors stream once I get a handle on YouTube, which I love because it's like, yeah, just being Apple Flavors. Right, that's getting started. Yes, I have picked a day, but I picked a rough day for it, Red Knight. So I'm happy to share that with you. So currently, if you let me load up my Notion calendar. Currently, it's set for Monday, and it's going to be the 16th. I think it's the Monday. Is it the Monday? Yeah. So the 16th of September. So in about 3 weeks' time, that Monday stream is planned to be redrawing your OC. That will give me two things. One, a chance to look at the OC a bit more and think about it and read your backstory so I can plan the live stream out. And two, I have commitments for the 2nd and the 9th, which I can't miss. So those two commitments were prior to agreeing to do the stream for you. But yes, around about the 16th, it's planned. If that changes, I will let you know. You'll know because the stream will change, but it will get done this month. Your first one was dragon related. People love dragons. It is true. People do love dragons. Ad number 2. Yes, Arc. I've set them to be manually inserted every 18 minutes. So if you've got an ad number 2 and we're about 55 minutes in, it's doing good. In all fairness, it's not. Oh wait, was that the hair layer I drew that on? Okay, that's fine. It's all going to merge down in the end anyway, but I wasn't expecting to. Have the hair on the same layer at the moment. That's my fault. I got distracted with the new toy, which is basically the live stream. Let me just double check some at a second. Sorry, important message to reply at that point. Let's see what else we got. So, you love the Phobias of Dragons. There will be more Phobias of Dragons. I don't know if I should reboot the series and do some of the older ones, like drawing it a year on from the starting ones as dragons in a much more up-to-date style or not. But I am definitely looking at doing more Phobias of Dragons. It's one of my favorite series we've got, and Ben Gaming will be happy to no doubt suggest another 600 phobias, but that's great because it means that I've got like a massive load of research together and stuff to figure it out, which is really, really good. That's not too bad. As usual, characters are breaking into people's houses thanks to Ben. Oh, that's your suggestion. Sorry, I saw part of the chat, but so that was your suggestion. Do more Phobias as dragons. Nice, that's in there. Yeah, I got that one in the video suggestion. I'm leaving it open on another page. At some point, I need to find a way to show stuff. I'm trying to think of having have a way of having certain things happen or work for the design type things. So like a spreadsheet that you can drop in or drops in that has previous live streams on there or something for the content. That'd be quite cool. So yeah, that'd be quite cool. I'm just making a note of something a second while I'm remembering it, and I can actually make notes on a few things. Yeah, like a Nerds Comics phobia. No. Ben, that's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, if I remember that, that'd be quite cool. It would make sense to do those guys to say, yeah, part of an episode. That'd be quite cool. Nerd Kingpin, what do you think? How do you think or feel about being turned into a phobia dragon? Yeah, Donuts was the one that got me. Glue was the weirdest one. Baked beans was just funny. Some of them are quite funny. To be honest, the ones that I'm not afraid of, I find quite ridiculous, funny, and amusing. And that's not to take it away from anybody's phobias in any way. It's just if you're not afraid of it, you see it in a different perspective. However, there will be some that will be quite interesting to redraw. Like the pot cross dragon was just amazing to do. Yeah. Kingpin's like, say what now? Ben suggested that we have a Phobias of Dragons with a Nerds Comic phobia, a 95 Kane phobia, and a Kingpin Creations phobia as dragons. Like my Pop Cross phobia dragon that was suggested. I am severely tempted to do that. Did you get what if Ben 10 was in Guardians of the Galaxy? Yes, that's on the list as well. If you submitted it and it hasn't errored, I've got it. How to turn her back next stream. That's a bit interesting. Maybe you could have the fact that she's a god slayer, the god powers in her after a while counteracted the magic or something. It's not you we're scared of, Kingpin. It's your Discord chat. I'm sorry, I just had to do it. No, yeah, that's quite a funny one. Micro Transformers, welcome to the stream. And coming back from DragonCon, dressed up as Tomo from Kama-sama Kiss. Nice. Ark's got a skit I'll put to one side for now. I'm doing the skits in a little bit. I'm putting them to one side to get a couple to just go full screen and do a few. I think it's quite fun to do that way. Dempsey just name the video "Funny Art Guys Phobias as Dragons"? No, it would be it'll be something like "Phobias as Dragons." I didn't know this was a thing. Kingpin says, "Yeah, that's fair." What did you do? Nothing, Ark. I've just archived the message on StreamYard so that I can. Basically, if I start it puts it all into a second chat bit with just the starred messages, so I can then go through them a bit later, like questions and stuff. Why not you as a phobia dragon? Yeah, technically anything could be a phobia dragon. I could be a phobia dragon. Kingpin, draw me as a phobia dragon. I can't draw myself. We've had this discussion on your stream. Doesn't work that way. Justin, it'd be interesting of an anime where they tackle a dragon being afraid of a dragon. I think they've done things similar to that in anime before, but that's quite cool. Justin says, Dempsey, are you going to see the Red Range becomes an adventure in another world in January? I didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest. That's quite an interesting one. I generally didn't know that was a phobia. Not a phobia, that was a thing, the Red Ranger thing happening. I know I want to see Transformers 1 coming out soon, so that'd be quite cool. I think it comes out this month coming up, but I don't know if I'll be able to get that at that point. I tell you what I do want to do, though. I will leave you some music, but right now I'm going to have a quick break to refill the water bottle and, you know, do the little artist stream because we've been going for an hour, and I'll be right back and then we'll continue with this. So a question for you guys in the chat. I know I've got the poll going, but a question for you guys in the chat. Are you liking the new setup? And if you could have somebody join me on a stream to talk, who would it be? And on that note, I'll be right back in a minute. I'll be right back. I'm back, and that's how quick it is to just swap between things. Dempsey's. Oh, Kingpin, you got me back. That's an amazing comment. I love that. Dempsey's needing to go watch the podcast video. In fact, if I wanted to, I could just stream the video on here. I'm not sure if I got the audio going in from the percent screen through, but I could technically just stream it here. I might get in a bit of trouble though, so that's interesting. I might have to check that out, Justin. Basically, what the Red Ranger got Iseki'd. That'd be cool. Thunderbirds fan, thank you for joining the stream. You got to go, so I don't know if you're still here, but if you are, we'll catch you next time. Sorry, needed a drink. I refilled multiple little bottles instead, so I've got like 3 of these. Thought it'd be easier than one giant bottle being thrown across the screen. But yeah, that's the point. What are you guys liking of the new setup? Because I quite like this. This is quite nice, and it's quite simple to do the things we need to do, which is quite good because some of the things can become a bit complicated or a bit interesting. That's got to come down here to be more like. I mean, line art's the bit you should take the most time on this anyway, so this is quite cool. Ark says, welcome back. Thank you. I'm back. Nice. Dr. Five says, I can't remember when I was a member. It's a while back. I could probably dig it out, but it has been a while. I think you ended up being members from gifted memberships, which is probably why it's been a while, because I haven't done many on the channel. We haven't had a few in a bit, but yeah. Ben, I would love that to happen. If someone made a wiki... Right, hang on, let's go up close and personal. I can safely say, the same as probably Kingpin, Nerd, and Knight, and any other artists, including Ark, if somebody made a wiki, like they did the Popcross wiki, of our characters and stories and stuff from the channel, we would absolutely be mind blown for that fandom to be generated and created. That would be absolutely amazing. Now, we don't know who created the Popcross wiki. We could eventually find out, but we don't know. But I would love to literally have that happen. Even if I have to create it at some point in between stuff, I would really love for that to happen. That would be so cool and amazing. However, we just got to wait and see. But yeah, no, I like that one, Ben. Yeah, definitely. Sean looks mad. Oh, I love it. Ark, this is why I said like every other art guys and stuff, any artist would love to have that. Yeah, Kingpin, that would be so cool. Yeah, definitely. Tegan wants to pet your dog. Is that Fenrir? Because I drew Fenrir. I petted him. Ben says, like having the wiki be connected to the Popcross wiki, Nerd wiki, Night wiki, Kingpin wiki, Dempsey wiki. It would depend if the stories cross over. Actually, mine would be connected from the Nexum story. So, anybody check the Popcross wiki in case of Sharp versus Nexum's on there? Because technically, even though that was a one-shot thing, that would be on there. And the Benny Sharp, if they got all the Benny Sharp stuff from the wiki. And then we got the Popcross Dragon, which should be in there because that has a Benny Sharp puppet and a Popcross puppet. Interesting. Right, while we're on large screen, I'll do the free skits after I have a quick drink, and then we'll get back into the drawing because we're doing this. There will be an ad in about 40 seconds. 2 seconds. I just need to reply to someone a minute and sort something quickly. Right, back to these. So, first skit from Tegan. Nixon, darling. Yes, Monica, my sweet. Another child to babysit. I don't really need babysitting. Monica, are you just picking up these kids like they're stray pets on the street? That's quite cool. Arcs one. What are you planning? Only thing I'm planning is to make a good friend. Why? Because I want to have more friends. You foolish mishmash of an angel and a demon. Why are you so energetic? He has a point. Because I'm excited. For what? Puppy. You're getting a puppy? Have you run this by Loki? What's he saying? Think about this. Yes, Nexum darling's right. Loki may have a thing to say about puppies. And also, I think that's the skit that gives away why you're excited. So that is very exciting for definite. Yeah, if it is the case of that, Tegan, congratulations. That's awesome. Is that to me, Justin? What made you fall in love with Ben 10? I just like the aliens, the designs. When it first came out on the first original series with the 10 aliens, I thought it was such a unique concept, and I just loved it. It was really cool. I was really happy for that, and you know, it was amazing, which is quite cool. We've lost Ben, so bye, Ben. But in the meantime, we're just going to continue with this lovely illustration and see where we actually get to with it. I'm hoping to at least finish the line art and maybe her flats this evening. I know we've been going on for about an hour 15, so 3 hours on average is quite good. Arc, yes, you can just drop it in somewhere to me or message it to me on Discord, and I'll see if I can figure that out later. Did I watch the Sonic 3 trailer? I watched it 4 hours after it came out. Yes, I did watch it. I didn't see it in my feed till 4 hours after it came out, but it's amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm going to take my youngest, who loves those movies. I love Sonic. I started drawing Sonic way back when I was younger. It's one of the first few things I was drawing as a teenager. I had 150 of the comics, played the games. I mean, I was a big Sonic fan. Even the original storyline of I know they're going to tweak it for the movie to merge in the shadow stuff, but the original storyline way back when was Robotnik was Kintobor. He was good. He used the Chaos Emerald to test out the trainers that he did on a brown hedgehog that couldn't run really fast, and the Sonic Boom turned into the blue Sonic we know today. But there's a rotten egg, an experiment that fused with Kintobor on the Sonic Boom and turned him into Robotnik, an evil egg-shaped version. But yeah, I love the trailer. I love it. I'm not sure about Shadow if they've got him down completely right, but the fight scene in the trailer, they nailed it. So yes, I think that answers Arcs. Oh, how did you feel about the Sonic 3 trailer? Which is quite cool. Let's draw a bit of this and I'll get back to the chat in a minute when it populates through, because at the moment I can't see anything else on my screen. I know I've got more on the other screen, but if I have it on this one, I can load it up and eventually I won't need that chat screen there. Also, looking at the poll, I'm going to end the poll now. So, ending the poll, and 62% of you would like to be a mage with magical powers. 37% of you would like to be a warrior with immense strength, which is quite a cool bit. So yeah. which is really, really cool. So, yeah. Just need to... Just an idea for the gem, but like some lines on it. Actually, I don't know. No, it's fine. I can do those details later. I needed that for it. Okay, so we've got some more in the chat, which I will pick up now, and then we'll continue drawing. Also, what do you guys think of this new like layout and being able to drop people on? I mean, technically speaking, you know, if anybody's free in the chat like Kingpin, I can always jump them on at any point into the stream. But it's nice to know that the setup works. All I did was hook my YouTube channel into this basically, and then just let it be just let it stream to the channel. I will eventually try to stream to maybe Instagram and stream over to something else, which would be quite good. So we've got Instagram and maybe Twitch. Could be Twitter as well. I can stream to multiple locations, and I think if I get guests on, so say if I do a combined stream with somebody, like I said to Koi, I could hopefully get the video streamed to their YouTube as well if they sign in with it and set up it as a destination. And all that matters is my connection to them and someone else's connection, and they do all the hard work, which is really cool. Dr. Virus says, I wonder... I'll load this up on screen. I wonder what will Loki do and say about, well, Dr. Virus in the virus form, please do the voice like you're fun. What do you mean? The demonic network has been infected by a virus named Dr. Virus. What happened to the power that we employed you with to make sure this thing never happened? I think that'd work for the skit. Not sure who would answer on that one. Justin says, my boy Shadow is going to be in this movie and they're adapting the original plotline of Sonic Adventure 2. Yes, they're also adapting the Shadow the Hedgehog plotline because they're bringing Maria into it, and they're also bringing Robotnik's dad, who looks like a bigger Eggman, but that breaks the continuity storyline for the original origin of Sonic. I'm a Sonic fan. I am open to the other continuity changes, but I'm quite interested to see what happens. So it will be quite interesting, to be honest. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I've joined him a few times in the past on the channel as part of a birthday commission, actually. A video that's way, way back, several years back. But I do want to draw some more Sonic stuff on the channel as well. So I will be doing the pop culture swapping over. And Tegan says, yes, that was the skit that feels well excited, and now Loki has to deal with the consequences of my excitement. I feel sorry for Loki. But Nexon would say, hey, kid, yeah, you, go give that crazed furball a little bit of a hard time, would you? Give me a chance to finish off building some mech armors for the Nexus. Ark says it's great with the new layout, and you'd love to hear Kingpin in here. That's cool. Yeah, because we don't even need a camera on. We could actually have a icon of them if they don't want to be face on camera. But yeah, it is cool. I will tell you now, I'm not going to open it up to everybody. It's a few trusted ones. So Koi, obviously, and a couple of others. I'm happy from being on their streams and stuff to have them in. The artist group, not a problem and that, but for members and stuff for now, until I get my head around it and figure it out, it's going to be just a select few that I drop in from time to time on the stream. But no, I'm open for it, and yeah, it'll be quite cool. And Ben says, imagine Loki as a kaiju. That'd be quite interesting. I haven't actually considered drawing the narrators as a kaiju, which would be quite interesting. Narrators as a kaiju is quite an interesting concept, because the moniker would be basically the Monica's is it Kluafu, the big tentacle one, based on her demon form in the body switcheroo. That was a fun episode. I really enjoyed that. I'm going to be doing some more stories that are. I'm going to try and get in the stories more, whether they're fan fiction, like the crossover stuff, or not. I feel that's lacking some of my storytelling after watching Pop Crosses, how he does it. And I've also got a mixture of the just go and do it and the slight pre-planning, which doesn't really work for me. I've got a bit of a like the word vomit and then doing things afterwards would be quite cool. Here's my casting for Big the cat capering lady is. Nice. Sonic movie is different from the normal version, and this trailer showed us. Yes, that is true. It is different, which I don't mind the adaptations of being different, but I still like the original story idea of how Robotnik was formed. So sometimes when they do these stories, I get that it's a different story. It could be an alternate universe, Sonic's in a different world of reality or whatever, but it's different from the original bit. I did love Baby Sonic from the first movie, though. He was so cute. Justin's going to riot if they don't get the song Dear Maria in the movie. That'd be interesting. Yes, that is true. Your Dr. Virus character is named Trojan, if I remember your original story going back way when. Tigman's got a question. Did Loki have his markings as a kitten? And was he on all fours like a cat, or did he stand on his back legs like he is now? Actually, the original story of Loki, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, but I did do the story, so I'm hoping this will be right. He's actually a normal cat that got from Earth that walked through a portal to the demonic realm, and when demons went through the back, and he ended up eating some demon blood to survive, and it mutated him into the demonic Loki that we've got now. So when he was a baby, he was on all fours, and he didn't have his markings because he was a normal kitty cat. He couldn't even talk. And then he basically became God knows how old and everything else. Now, that'll be back in the redraw of Loki. I'm sure it's part of the original story Go for Dude 88 originally did, which is quite cool. So it is a nice bit to the story that there is some continuity of Loki. Loki was never a bad cat. Well, actually, no, Loki was a bad cat, but he was never a demonic cat until he ended up getting stranded in the demonic realm. And in order to survive, he drank some demonic blood. And that gives us our Loki of the day. Oh, the robot you're talking about is the Jared Robotnik, his grandpa. Yeah, yes, but he said Papa in the trailer, so it could be his grandpa. But unfortunately, with the Sonic movies and some of the things that they're trying to put in, continuity-wise, as with some of the other movies that you get out there, I don't think the timelines work well. But it would be interesting to see. And Angelic Demon for the near ending is supposed to be a giant angel like the size of Godzilla. Is this for your artwork that he's done? Because I haven't loaded that up yet, but I will drop that up at some point. Justin says, based on other media, it's basically confirmed to be his grandpa. Okay, that's cool. The trailer didn't actually confirm it. He said Papa, but I don't know if he meant it as in grandpa or as in dad because of the way it was said. Like I say, I didn't break the trailer down for Easter eggs and stuff. I don't really do that on mine. Comes down there, and that's thing. Actually, that's wrong. That should come down there, and then that should come around there. Because there's a weight to the shoulder when it's picked up. There's an up dip on your shoulder, so it needs a bit of that weight in there. Yeah, you thought that was his father too. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that. I am your father. No! Let's slay some hedgehogs. That'd probably be Jim Carrey's version of it, to be honest. A funny fact about Dr. Virus, he really not like Necron Raven and called Necron Raven Bonehead. Oh, he doesn't like. Oh yeah, Necron Raven calls him Bonehead. Necron Raven does not like Dr. Virus and calls him calls it in One Eye, and they are on the same team. That's a friendly dynamic. But mostly battle one of the so they, I guess you're saying they fight each other most of the time, which is fine. Team dynamics can have that, which does work from time to time, which isn't a problem. But yeah, it's interesting to see how, I guess, how we all have different dynamics for teams and stuff. It is good to have characters that don't get along, or there's tension between them, which works. And Tegan's got a skit which I'll start. If you get a couple more skits in, or a bit later on, I will go full screen again. I can also do Q&A as well, full screen, which would be really, really cool, because I could do a Q&A live stream at some point, which would be interesting. And Justin is currently drawing an emo Beastmaster or Beast Tamer, or whatever you want to call it. I'm naming him Silas Park. Fair enough. Silas Park, meet Elfie. Oh, if anybody watched Wistoria, Wand and Sword that got released last weekend, what did you think about the way the Crown tournament ended? I thought it was quite funny, but I also thought that was just gutting. That was just like, it was funny. It was how it should end, to be honest, from an anime, but it was also like, damn, it was brutal. Justin hasn't kept up with it. Dude, where's the last bit you left off? I can't talk about it now. Just, it was an amazing episode, I can say that much. Because Dr. Virus is technology and Necron Raven is magic. That's a good point, actually. They are conflicting sides of the scientific and the supernatural coin. So that's quite an interesting one. Oh, Justin, I know that. I'm not spoiling it for anybody else. This is why I said anybody see it and what do you think of the ending. If people haven't seen it in chat, then obviously I would want them to keep it like, you know, that the way that tournament ended wasn't too bad, or I like this and that, but yeah. So Ark's got a little bit of a story thing for their universe that they're creating for Angelic Demons. So in their story, their world, heaven, is bigger than the sun. Hell is as big as Jupiter, and angels are big. That's pretty cool. It's interesting to see how people do the dynamics of stuff as well, which would be quite cool. If you haven't already joined the Discord and you're watching this live stream, there is a link on the chat about now. I think I've got a link in the description of the video. I'm not sure. I think I have, but yeah. So we will see on that one. But yeah. No worries, Dr. Virus. Thank you for joining, and we'll catch up with you next time. I know I take a bit longer on line art and stuff now. I'm trying to put that into my videos as well, which means that it's visuals taking a long longer than I was thinking when I've done it. Anybody got any questions for me while we're on this format? Because I can just get some questions in a minute, or if you want me to just continue like this, doing the current design and line art drawings. I think I do like the fact Clip Studio Paint is I'm liking it over Procreate for some of the tools, although I will try to do some more Procreate and some other ones in the future. But I also like the fact that it's the full version. So technically speaking, you wouldn't know I'm on an iPad unless I told you, which is quite interesting. Tegan's got a question. I'll star it for later. I'm going to do a couple of questions later. So chuck all your questions in the chat, whether it's about the characters or art in general, and I will drop them into a up close and personal question time in a little bit later. And I'll also restart that ticker for anybody jumping in if they want their OCs done later on. And Ark says, I still don't know how big, though. It's not much bigger to the sun or much bigger to the sun for heaven. And how would you draw a futuristic building to fit in the story? Technically a futuristic building, depending on how... Is this a building for heaven or a building for hell or for earth? That's kind of a key thing to bear in mind, is the whole premise for the building, as it were. For heaven. Okay, so technically speaking, your futuristic building can fit in, because if it's for heaven and heaven's big as the sun, your building could be magically like the drawers in Bruce Almighty. They just expand out as far as it needs to be, or like a TARDIS, big on the inside. But also, it could be literally a building that's the size of the sun next to the sun, that's invisible. You can't see it. It's on the other side of the sun, for example, to Earth. So you'll never see actually the building for heaven. And if heaven's contained in one building, it depends on your there's a lot of variables involved in this question, Arc, in terms of how your universe you want it to be. Just because it's your universe. So I guess the questions are, have you thought about how the building's technically supposed to fit into your universe, where it's going in this heaven? Is it containing heaven? Is it a part of heaven? Because you asked about, you know, how would I draw a futuristic build to fit in the story? Technically speaking, it could be whatever design you want, as long as you have logic in the story or storyline in there to say it is what it is, type thing. So yes, that might not be very helpful, but yes. So that's for that outer piece there. Yeah, technically, yeah, they could be dimensions, they could be pocket dimensions, they could be segments within the current universe where they actually expand to almost like the TARDIS, where it is basically using a temporal mechanics to create a space bigger on the inside than the outside, which is technically using a pocket dimension within whatever shape you want the container to be, to then have a larger space inside of what it is. Think like the storage things that you have on the animes, you know, the inventories or the storage spaces. You can just, they contain a certain amount of space and you just chuck it in there. So it could work. I've got that skit ready to go for in a bit, Tegan. Do a couple more and then we can see what happens with it. So that goes that way, and that goes that way. And we will see part of this in here. So here, and that will come that way, and then we'll just see a line go that way. Her hair's technically in the way, so we might just see a little bit here and a bit dipping behind it. So it'd probably be somewhere there. Ark says, if somebody looked for them, they would think the sun is heaven and hell is just a random planet. Unless you know that is heaven or hell, you would not know what to look for. That's true. Yeah, that could work in your storyline, if that fits in what you want for it. That's what's happening with this line. I wondered what's happening with the line from the arm, and now I know. Coming from that way, because this is coming off this one behind the scenes, and that's behind the scenes, just combines that line. That makes more sense. So obviously you're going to have a line there for part of the arm. All right, let's go up close and personal and do these little skits a minute while we've got them. I've got 3 starred, so we'll go through them. And we'll go up close and personal with it. So, how did you get back here? Magic? Get out. Heck no. I need a way to let out my energy. Why are you here? Because why not? Why are you so infuriating? The next one is, will Loki try to catch birds? When he's having a lapse in his judgment or he's had a very hectic day, he might just zone out and go instincts. It also will depend on how the bird's moving to wherever he goes to the hunter. Can you just imagine Loki crouching down in his suit and wagging his tail to go, I'm gonna get you? That would kind of be what it would be in that case, I think. And the last skit is Shana finally falls asleep. Finally, Demonica, she's finally taking... Oh, sorry. Shana falls asleep. Finally. She's finally taking a nap. Yeah, and next time, you're changing her. Nexum, darling, I'm not sure you know how this works. Then back to the main chat. Like I said, there are forms, so if you want to suggest a future video, you can use the form description. You can use the form in the description, or you can use, well, basically, yeah, it's in the description if you're watching this after the event. There's not much else I can do on that, really. The form's in the description somewhere below me. If you're in now, you can get it from the live chat or the chat replay if it's active. Yeah. And Ark says it'll be adorable to see Loki do that. If I could animate fast, I would do that, but I'm not sure I can animate well enough to do stuff like that. But that's not an issue. Any tips for heaven? Just asking. It's your interpretation. So my tip would be to start off with something simple and build it up. So maybe start off with mapping out the bullet points for your heaven. Like, are there certain rules they follow? Are there certain styles of building? It's in a pocket dimension. The demons are this, or the angels are this large, but are they actually this large? And in the pocket dimension, if you go to heaven, you're about the same size as the demon because they've shrunk. Sorry, I say demon because I'm used to doing demon, angelic demon is in my head. Basically, are your angels angelic demons? You know, the angels you said were large. In the pocket dimension, when people go to heaven, are they still large, or are they actually the respectable size to the people? Because it's just the way the pocket dimension warps the perception of them, even though they're larger. So they're kind of like an extra, another dimensional being that's there. This is a big topic we could go over quite a fair bit, but it depends on how you're building your world. So my tips for your heaven would be do what you want to do for it, but bullet point them out first and see if it makes sense for what you want. But consider how your heaven's going to be. Say if it's going to be like a TARDIS effect where they're in another pocket dimension, or it's on a planet with a gate to that, or it's inside the planet, however you're going to have it, and then have it build up from that. You need to establish where and how you get into heaven, in terms of like physically get into it in your storyline. Otherwise, it's not going to make much sense at the end of the day. Just, that's food for thought. It's not the be all and end all, and it's not the. Wait, did I have her arm disappear, or did I I know her hand's there, and then you've got the huge line bits, and then it's the hair. Okay, that's hair. That helps me out a bit more. And that's the fabric bit going off from the sleeve. Oh my god, why did I make this so complex on what I'm doing? We've been going for almost 2 hours. We're matching a vidIQ live stream. I'm also curious, I'm assuming, based on the timescale, unless it's a really long episode, we've lost some people. Who's in the chat still? Put your name in the chat if you're still here, or put a 1 in the chat just so I can see who's here. I just check something a second, because I like to do things like that. Yeah, no, it's about right. Yeah, it's a around about a 30-minute one. So yeah, I was expecting you to just come back. I just went to see how long Popcross's thing was, because it's about 30 minutes today, in length, which is fine. One butt lurking. Justin's butt lurking. I'm not sure that's suitable for YouTube, but yeah, each to their own. I know what you mean though. Tegan's still here. Ben's just come back. No spoilers, because I'll watch that at some point. I don't know who's been picked, but it'd be interesting. Ark says heaven is a planet, and normal people, when die, they teleport onto it. But for angelic demon, he can do both, fly to it or teleport. Same for hell. That would make sense. The teleport idea makes more sense to teleport them into it, so it's hard to find, which would be quite good. And normal people would only get a few inches larger and younger or older compared to when they die. That's interesting. So you've got a set range for them in heaven. It's quite interesting. Yeah, that's fine. I expected more to be added on Monday, the next one. But that's fine. I'm not worried about that. I've got a lot planned for Monday. Monday is going to be a live stream. Tomorrow is my community redraw, and it's not a two-parter. I put everything into one. So just as a heads up, there are more than the normal amount of artworks, which is cool, but also a little bit yeah. Like I said, I've got 13 voices going for it, so, it's going to be a rather interesting one. That's her leg. That's the other half of the leg, okay. Judging by the length, that's actually going to be coming there, and the rest of the leg comes around the back to here, and we've got open section. Yeah, I'll do it going that way. It's a diamond shape, but you won't see it with the way that the leg is currently. And we got the video suggestion. So those bots are on the fair enough timer. Just says, if I were to write heaven and hell, I feel like anybody could look like they perceive themselves as in heaven, but in hell you get assigned a random form that you would absolutely hate and get tortured. That would make sense. Sometimes the whole concept of the hell side of things is you wouldn't get a random shape as such, but you would get some kind of thing happen. Right, I knew I got a reference somewhere, so where's my reference image for this pose? Which one did I use? Aha, that's the one, but I flipped it, which is quite cool. It's going to be... It's really hard getting your head to go and work in the 3D perspective of another. Basically another direction as you're drawing it one way. Flip the canvas in your head. Well, I think that's more what Justin said rather than what Ark said, to be honest, there, Ben. And Ark says, angels and demons are not allowed to exit heaven. And for angelic demon, only reason why he was sent to Earth is because demons broke that rule and some of them enter Earth, and because angelic demon is not an angel. That makes sense. He's like in between, so that's a small exception to the rule. So let's figure this out. This is going to have... part of that cloth bit there. That's going to be a whole cloth bit behind. The hair would naturally probably flow behind a little bit. Well, the hair will be blocked, but it's going to naturally flow from some of these points. Got the fabric blocking that side, so you wouldn't actually see the rest of the hair there because it's coming down. That's going to be the inner line of the fabric. Line art's tricky when you've got a very complicated character. We're doing skits and questions as well, so if you've got any questions, I will star them alongside the skits doing a bit. Yeah, that makes perfect sense what you've done for the story arc. Your story arc. No, that makes perfect sense what you've done there, so that's quite cool. And there's no flaws in it because being part demon, they can technically break the rule, even though it's probably frowned upon. They can still do it. So this needs to come down to here. This needs to come down to here. This one will go behind here and here. Don't forget, part of this is actually going to be hidden by Will. So once it's done, he will actually be a layer above and in the way of a chunk of this. But I need to draw it regardless and color it because we might move the characters. Imagine the fallen angel demons of people who died would be similar to Has-Been Hotel. That's basically just saying, imagine if Has-Been Hotel was true or real. It'd be interesting. Art's got a question. How would I do heaven? How would you do heaven and hell? Oof, that's a big question. I refuse to answer that on a live stream. If I was to do that, I would have it very well mapped out before I say anything on this. I would probably have it as some kind of pocket dimension or some kind of alternate reality or infinite dimensions based on the person's perception of who was in there. So they'd only experience their own version. You know, they can interact with people. They might not see what the others see. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, that one. Oh, we got a skit. Okay, I will put that into the skits and we'll do some more in a minute where I do go on full screen, Justin. Where's the rest of her design? I've got the design here somewhere. There we go. Okay, so that's going to be... That's fine. So that's a leg all the way down to here. A leg bit there. Oh, so that's a part of it. Okay, I will start that as well, Justin, to do that in a minute. Just want to finish this bit of line up first before I go back onto like a full screen skit. Okay, so part of her hair's coming around the back. Confidence strokes. Don't stop for one whole motion with your arm. This is good. We're actually I'm starring all these bits, so we've got 5 starred between questions and stuff. And in a minute, I will probably look to set up a showcase thing. Now, my question, let me know in the chat. If I was to do the showcase thing like Kingpin does, do you want a channel where I show only that channel in the Discord? Or do you want it where it's something like PureRef that I referenced earlier when I was sharing my screen, which is basically, for those that didn't see it earlier, it was that board that I did. So I'm just going to quickly share the screen to show people, just in case you're jumping in that. So I use a PureRef app, so I could download them and I could then just drop them into this big layout that you've got here. So it's basically this huge screen, and I could have everybody sharing at once and then talk about them. I will probably just do it the normal way going forward, so just show the Discord, but it's a quick question. Actually, I said Discord and the Discord thing just popped up, so it's good timing, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, this is what I use as a reference thing, but I can actually load up any images I download into a folder and load that folder. So I could do a showcase of them, or I could do other stuff. But yeah, this is one in Wistoria, Wistoria 1 and Sword, so it's quite colourful, my reference sheets. But yeah, still. The board is better because there's a higher chance to be in it. That's true, but then again, I just literally do the Discord and scroll down bit by bit. So if it was going to be something like Discord, it would literally be load up the Discord on a screen and then off I go. But I'm going to remove that from the stage, and then we're going to jump back to the layout we had before, potentially. Stop presenting. Go full. Not full. I lost my screen bit. There we go. Took a while, but yeah, if I'm doing Discord, it would literally be the whole Discord window opened. I have no problem either way. I know Discord's got Justin sent me. Justin, I've just seen your little skit thing you sent me. That's funny. I'll send it to Koi later. And then Arcs. Damn. That is a cool design arc. The thing you sent me. But that's not what we got to worry about. How much time? Well, I'm finishing off this line art. I was hoping to get the colors done at least. So you're guaranteed to have about another half hour. I mean, let's face it, it's 11 o'clock now. I usually go up to about midnight. About an hour ago, you emailed an original character. Let me load up emails. If this is for my DempseyJ, the redraws DempseyJ one, then I will. Oh, sorry, the other one. I will get it shortly. Let me have a look. See, I need to wait for the emails to download. Okay, got it. So, no subject. And I don't have access. I need to request access to see it. So I've requested access to see it. So as soon as you sort that, I can potentially have a look. But until then, I can't see anything. So good job if you mentioned it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a clue. I'd have to request access later. You say possibly be redrawn outside of redraw videos. How do you mean? Do you mean in the where I'm redrawing the OCs, like at the bottom screen? That could be a live stream or something. Or is it a case of actually drawn outside of both of those? Because if it's outside of both of those, it's not going to happen. It'll be one of them. It'll either be the email address you sent it to, it'll be redrawn as either in a live stream or a video, but it won't be a community redraw. It'll be a redraw, and it's not an issue if you're having supper and it's that. Just let me know when the access is done. Yeah, like on a live stream. Yeah, potentially those redraws will end up being on a live stream. Oh man, she looks crazy-eyed. I haven't decided if it's going to be a live stream or video. Depends how many I get through. Ideally, if I do it in a live stream, it will be a case of one of the live streams a month will be guaranteed to be drawing one character. It will, unless I put extra live streams in to do that, if I've got free time. Could be interesting. Might get more live streams a month. But it would be a case of it'll be more talking about the character and what I'm doing, and then so it'll be more like a feedback as I'm doing it. Right. So on this note, I am going to do these skits and stuff after getting more drink of water before we draw her mouth, because mouths are really difficult to draw like hands on anime characters. And I'm going to know I will not be happy with it. Also, the outline for her hair and stuff is blue, so I'll be probably creating a new layer at the top and tweaking those colors to be blue at the end in post-rendering. But anyway, right. Up close and personal. Okay, so a couple of skits and questions. Huh? What did we miss? I don't know. Not much. Ashana's back to normal. Nope, that's next stream or next week for you. What do you mean next stream? We're not live on YouTube or something, are we? So that's the first one. Loki sees a bird. Loki, you good? Just a hunting pose with his tail wagging. Me. Right, let's video this. I'm going to show it to Demonica. Show it to her, and I'll make sure you never see the light of day again. I will make sure you know my full power. Ooh, the bird's moving. Meow. Next one is Justin. Hey, Monica, what happens in your dimension when somebody dies? Oh, Nexum, you don't want to know what happens, much less comprehend, since it's in demon language. Sure, I want to know, Demonica. I think that'll work. And that was gibberish. I made up the entire thing. I don't even know what it would translate to. Tegan says, Demonica, if you could have an animal as a pet, including extinct ones, what would you have and why? I would have the creature from the Isle of Bewitching Songs, the one that can increase my blood essence. I think I would have several of them for maximum effect. And the last one currently is Tegan's asking, Loki, do you just take naps when you're not working on your evil plan? And also, have you tried tea? I'm a cat. To keep my power from going haywire, I need to sleep for at least 18 hours a day if I'm not working on an evil plan. Tea? What is tea? Cool, I'm caught up on that, unless someone's just put one in the chat. Nope, that's cool. All right, I can jump back off the larger version. Back down to the drawing version. And not super happy with her mouth, but it'll do. Oh, I was going to work on her wand, wasn't I? Because the wand's on a new layer. Well, I'm glad I remembered that, because that makes all the difference. Now, where's her wand? Yeah, I need to zoom in on that one. She does have a simple design for the wand, but it is quite intricate on the main bulk of the staff. So let's move this back on the screen so I can see the chat while I got the reference. Which is quite cool. But yeah, I could even review YouTube channels on this. DempseyJ reviews. I don't know. Maybe one day. My old cat tried to drink my mum's tea. Yeah, cats are little buggers, they are. In a nicest way possible. They like to try and drink tea and everything else from everyone else, which is a bit annoying at times. I think that'll show that for the wand. If I do a new layer above the wand itself. So this is going to go up to here before it starts its spiral thing with its colors. Loki wouldn't do that. Loki'd probably agree. Sorry, I got a bit of a pressure on my ear a second. Hang on. That's better. Justin. Cats are like that one boogie friend in your friend group. just really personified as an animal. Yeah. Yeah, I had a... sometimes my jaw needs to click, and there's a bit of pressure build up on one of the sides, and I've just got to try and... It's hard to say. I've got to try and manipulate the jaw a bit, so it just looks really random where I'm going. But it works. You haven't seen it on the stream before because it's not happened on the stream before, but yeah, it happened. But it's fine. So this is going to have a circle eclipse tool with that, and we're going to put a circle shape on the end, and then I'm going to just move that circle shape in and just reshape it a little bit. That means that I can then erase on that tool. A little bit of that. It's not exactly the same, but it will work out the same. Just the way the wand. And this has, oh, intricate design. And then she's got another design a bit further up than that. She's kind of holding the wand how she normally would with the design and pattern of it, but that's not a problem. I think that's most likely like that. It's not perfect, but it's going to be close enough for the drawing. Cool. Give me a second. Can I see your tip? Was it your tip or was it your skit that you're on about? Because it's your skit up above. I'm saving that for a little bit later. Ben's just giving me access to that, so I will just double check that while you're here. Okay, that's quite cool. That's an interesting design. Cool. Yeah. Okay. I'll add that to the list of potentials when I go on to the selection stage of that. But yeah, I've got access to that now, so that's fine. Sorry. While things are open, I'm just sorting one or two quick things out. Doop, 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 doop. Right. That's that done. So close that now. And go back to the stream here. Your skit, yeah, I've got your skit is starred to one side arc, so I'll do that in a little bit. Yeah, so editor means that I can delete it or whatever, but if you just have me as a viewer, I can just access it and download a copy of it to look at. I can't edit the file itself. But all I need to do is basically see it and be able to screenshot it. So that's cool. I know that's okay, Ark. I didn't know if you missed it from an ad or something earlier, but what I'm doing is the skits and stuff. I'm starring and building them up so I can do an up close and personal, which is quite cool. It doesn't matter if it's edited, Ben. I won't delete it or anything. Just leave it at that, and I'll just thingy down for that one file. That's not an issue. And Justin, Mr. Ehrenfold, what's your opinion on fish and chips? What be fish and chips, lad? Not sure I quite had Not sure I quite had the pleasure of that delicacy. Is the fish one of those large beasties from the sea that can feed a whole village? Right. So back onto this. Do that, because now that I've done that, I need to do... So that's got a little bit there anyway. And it goes that way. That way. Comes back in, up, down that way. Okay, that's the details for the one done. Obviously, need to delete the... There we go. So now I should be able to do that. And she's fully completed. And I just need to merge down, down. And then I can turn that off. Okay, next line's there, down. Sweet, and then the last few lines there get merged down, and that's the whole character. So now if I put Will back in, her lines need to obviously go underneath him. You get to see where he would overlap her, but it looks quite nice. Now that I've got the whole element done, Will's lines, then her, it shouldn't be a problem to then go render and then start looking to pick some bits out. Tegan says, wait, what if Loki is just doing a scary voice to be intimidating and his real voice is just a normal voice and it only comes out when he's either relaxed or when he's doing the hunting thing? That would be quite cool. It could also be that his real voice is he's talking thinking he's intimidating with like power. But that's what we're hearing. What everyone else is hearing is meow. That's quite interesting. So your character, I think it's Eldorachel. Please put how to pronounce it in an email or something and check it that way. It's an angel, specifically the Reito Angel of Horror, Japanese for light. Yes, that's quite cool. For some reason, it looks like Angelic Demon and Ashana are on a. Yeah, fair enough. That could be quite interesting. Okay, so I need to do. Skin. I mean, it's not going to be full because these are just flats, so it will be the flat colors. What I'll do is I'll do the flat colors for today's stream, which should finish off roughly in time to do a little art showcase type thing. We'll finish this stream, and then tomorrow's going to be the redraw because it's coming up to nearly midnight now, and we've been going for over 2 hours. So we'll finish the flats like we did with Will to the point where she's got the base colors in. And then we'll look to up the details afterwards for it. She's also got another part of a design. Oh no, that's not part of that. That's part of the legs coming through. That's fine. That's not a problem. Justin says, what if Loki is not actually talking? He's using a bit of telepathy mixed in with mind control to make anybody who encounters him to perceive it like he's talking. Very scary. He could be. He's the demonic cat. We haven't established if he actually talks or is telepathic. All we know is he likes power. That's quite interesting. I'm going to do the starred one here for Arc because we didn't get any more come up. So Arc's little skip. Why are these angels so big? That's a dimensional tech portal in the middle hotel room. Wait until you see the place where archangels live. You even have those vile archangels in this dimension? Cool. So, right, we need to get... I've got a skin color, so I'll add that in for now. I do want to do the... clothes, eyes and hair. To be honest, these all get merged into one layer right at the end anyway, like within this folder. They all get merged in at the end. It just means that we can do a few things on here. All right, so the skin color is going to be the same base skin color. We're going to have her as a reference layer, which means that while I'm doing the skin color with the paint bucket fill, it should just color those. But I also got to be aware of where I've not got the lines filled to make sure they're filled. So if I go back to skin, oh, wrong color. So I change my color back. That's those. Hand, fingers, that. And here, so we've got skin showing. Yeah, that's fine, because obviously our eyes are going to be coloured in slightly differently. Just checking we've got all the skin bits. So we've got a fair bit of skin. Clothes. So I'm going to start with the base colour, and it's going to be... She wears whitish colour clothes, so I'm probably going to have to sort some things out. Oh, I should have actually dropped that off the comment bit. Do apologise. I got that twice, so I'll just remove one of those comments. I got that in twice. Oh, and you just retracted the message. Well, I've started it. I can still see it. I removed one and then you retracted one, but it didn't come through on here, so that's fine. Not a problem. I've started it, so I shouldn't lose it. I'll do that in a minute, though, Tegan. So for clothes, we're going to have... Ironically, I'm guessing majority of our clothes are going to be... Yeah, the majority of our clothes are white. So the grey colours are going to make perfect sense on this later. It will be white when it's done. It's just these grey colours tend to be how this is going to go for the most part of her design. Great, great, grey, grey. Yeah. Next colour up is going to be gold, so we're going to work on the gold colour. And as I say with this, you always want it to be... We're going to go lighter, so you always want it to be like the mid gold colour. Or the mid colour value, so... Oh, I missed a grey bit. Kind of glad I did that then. That bit in there needs to be grey. And that bit there. Just because it's the way the material flows and floats about. That's fine. That's going to be bronze. So I colour that in gold, but it's going to be bronze later. That's gold. That bit's gold. We don't have any more gold, do we? Nope. The next clothing item is that gem, and I'm going to do a base blue there. Probably a bit more of that colour, actually. The hair's on another layer, so that's different. The wand is also on a layer, but I'll sort that in a minute. We actually need a more orange. Well, I say orange. It's more of a. That colour for that bit. Probably a little bit lighter though. Cool. I think that's it for the clothing, to be honest. The one's technically a part of the clothes in a sense. I'll do a new folder for that. And I'll drop that up. Yeah, no, that's perfect. Thanks for that, Ben. I'll check that out a bit later. But yeah, I kind of needed to know what that pronunciation bit was because it's a bit tricky to pronounce things without any help. Yeah, go for it, Ark. I have no problem with things like that. Is that all? We've then got a much lighter one for that part. That I believe that orb color I just had is also in these lines here because it goes darker. I know that wand is a lot more of a paler blue, by the way. I will be updating that in just a second. That one's actually more of a super ice light blue. And then the next bit is this. Block here. I know there's going to be some white bits in it, but I'm not too worried about them. That's what the pen tool's for. Next up on that is going to be her eyes. So first things first, we want a base layer of this. Yeah, but the Rater Angels and their family members have a lot of lore revolving around them. Yeah, most Japanese things like that tend to be honest. Should be quite interesting to dig that out, or unless you've got any specific lore for it. So her eyes are, yeah, they're blue with dark blue. Okay, that's fine. Base flat color for her eyes are going to be that. The eyebrows as part of the hair, so that's going in the hair range, and the eyelashes, and they are more. That color, and the head's also going to be that color, but you know, I need to do that my own way. Oh my god, when you actually have them with the flats and stuff, they do not look right, do they? I mean, that's her flats done, just like his, but it doesn't look anywhere near as cool as the picture. So, if we... And technically speaking, that is right for both of them for that bit. I did do his eyes in more detail on his one. But yeah, I think we've basically got the initial design. I mean, I need to drop in some details, and I want to just... Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll leave the eyebrows going over. I guess that's what we've got there. Let's just do you want that background? No, I want to duplicate that. Okay, nice guy 6. I want that. Reasonable nice color there. Much darker there. Pitch black there. That first color can be a nicer. Nicer blue, and then we just that's a bit better. I think the contrasting it'll shine out more a bit later. Hey Justin, okay, for the skit, just ignore the nicer in the second attempt. I meant, yeah, whichever one I actually got caught, I'll do. But I'm pretty much done with this for now. I'm not going to do anything else on this right this minute. I feel this has got the flats. We're in a good place. I do need to actually. However, I do need to tweak part of his render because I know there's a bit on here somewhere. Where is it? Is it that there? It's that there. That's been bugging me since the last time I posted the picture of him. It was really bugging me, that bit. So that's fine. That works, and I can lock his layer, and I'm just going to lock her layer for now, so I don't lose anything. And I'm going to save the file, so I definitely don't lose anything. Then we'll do some skits and things. Hey, Seller Kits and Illustrations, how's it going? Phase into existence while T-posing. Hello. We're probably finishing up in a little bit, but glad you can jump onto the stream for a bit. If you've got any questions, fire them away. I've got to a nice stable area with what we've got. There will be some tweaks to the coloration and stuff, but I think the next stream that I do, I am almost on Arc. Yes. Are you almost done? Yes. For today's stream, I wanted to get at least this part done, and we've got a couple minutes left, so it'll be quite cool. Okay, that's not a problem. I'm going to then jump up close and personal for a minute and answer some questions and do some skits from the new format they've been doing. So we've got Tegan, who's got a little skit. I will show you my true power. No, you won't. Trying not to laugh. Shut it. You're just meowing, and it's adorable. I'm not adorable. Yeah, but Loki, she's got a point. You're just meowing like a killer. Ooh, got me. Justin asks, which narrator would you most likely do an amnesia story for? Nexon would be quite cool because he's got the doohickey on his arm, and we haven't actually learned if it can come off or not, so that would be quite an interesting one. Ehrenfold would be quite interesting because he'd probably act on reflex in the dangerous situation. I think Ehrenfold would be the more exciting one. Nexon would be the funnier one to do that on. Demonica, it'll be interesting to see what happens if that happened to her, because at the moment, yeah, we haven't seen something that's the storyline for Demonica, so I can't spoil it, but yeah, she'd be an interesting one. And Ark says, what do you think Ashana's reaction to Angelic Demon's Heaven? You foolish creatures, you've brought me to your heaven. I'm a godslayer. I think it's time I went and slayed your gods. Now, where are they? Which I think would probably be her skip. Ark, have you finished? Is the question before we do anything else. I'm going to have a drink a second while we're up close personal. I didn't see my Pokemon and my Soundwave, Lucario, Mewtwo, and my art on the wall. Including the Optimus Prime I did Venomized ages ago, which is quite cool. And my Cerulean one, which looks like a proper digital painted piece. I don't know how I did that, but it looks so cool. No, but you're going to post it anyway. That's fine. If you needed a couple minutes, then we can give a couple minutes. Ben says, imagine Dino Dinoclaw being an elf that had a similar way to Demon Phasalia, like maybe Dinoclaw drinking the blood of an angel. That'd be interesting. How would he be if he's an elf? Why is he drinking the blood of a demon? Is he a dark elf? That would make more sense. Definitely an interesting one. Right, so Ark sent. Okay, I'm going to. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. Give me a second, Ark. I'm going to just sort some a minute to be able to show your what you've done. I actually like what you've done so far. Please finish it off for the next stream, and I'll showcase the final one. I'm also going to be showcasing the other image you sent me today earlier on. I don't know if you've got any information to go with it. It's the white one with the wings, but it is so cool. So give me a second and I will just sort out PureRef to allow me to load that into it. I mean, an elf drinking the blood of an angelic dinosaur because, you know... Oh, you didn't say it was an angelic dinosaur. That's different. That makes perfect sense. You know, he's probably a dark elf with a fascination for dinosaurs, wanting to just go like, wonder what this tastes like. Nom. All right, let me get that on the screen because Ark's got two rather cool designs, and I'll talk about them on screen in a second. You need at least half an hour. Okay, in that case, Ark, finish it off and drop it into the next stream, which will be Monday. Hey, Apple Flavors, welcome to the stream. We're finishing up soon. We're usually I go a bit longer, but we're finishing up shortly. But glad you could jump onto the stream. There will be it's kind of like a bonus stream today. I appreciate Friday's not my normal streaming day. I was testing out some new software for streaming and the collab videos tomorrow, so I wanted to do an extra stream. Monday's definitely going to have a stream. I will be working on a couple of things on Monday, so I may do a bonus stream at some point next week. But yeah, before that, I appreciate that. Apple Flavors says hi. Oh, but yeah, he just wants to say howdy to everybody, so he can say howdy, which is quite cool. Ben says, yeah, I was going to do Aaron Fall, but he doesn't turn into anything as a second form. That is true. He doesn't turn into anything for a second form. Demonica does kind of for the Kraken and the Switcheroo body one. And Demon Dynaclaw changed to a second form. Velocity's got the Demon of Water. So technically she's got 2 pets, Orange and a Demon of Water. So it'll be quite interesting. Right, let's get this sorted. What I was going to do. I was going to showcase Ark's artwork. This is the beauty of being able to do this at the stage. So here we go. We have 2 illustrations. The first one, I'm not. There we go. So Ark's got a comment, and I'll drop this up on the screen. So this white one here, that you can see by the mouse that's got enlarged. Woo! It's the final transformation for the angelic demon, and would probably be his final arc. And the story will probably soon end. If you're making it an anime, it'll be the closing episode. So that's kind of like his ultimate form. So we've got his original form here. Let's get the original forms here. I appreciate this one's not finished, but the original form's here with the 3 eyes and that. And this is his final form. And it kind of gives me the hero transformation kind of feel from Bleach. When Ichigo goes against Aizen. It's quite a really cool design. With one very distinctive feature for the arm. The eyes kind of go into the body, and then a really nice effect. I'm loving the wings, by the way. The wings look really cool on this. Really, really cool. I absolutely love them. But what I asked was to do Ashana meeting the angelic demon. So it looks like he's being very gentlemanly, putting an umbrella over her. So I'm assuming it might be raining on this, even though it's not finished. But I love the attitude of Ashana. I absolutely love the look on her face. She just looks very unimpressed. You nailed it earlier, Ark, with your comment about what her face looks like. It's just amazing. And I like the way your character's still quite happy and nonchalant. He's like just being himself, being, how he is, and just the poses. You've got a really good way of poses and the perspective of it. So yeah, and as Tegan says, it looks amazing. Both of them look really cool, and I'm loving the final form. It's really, really awesome. And Ben says, wait, Ark, did you literally do that? Because I said imagine Jet Demon having an ultimate form on stream. Ben, this was done before the stream. This was within the first half hour of the stream. Ark sent in the kind of angelic demon final form. So this was pre-done before the stream, and I love the contrast between the colors. You've got a really nice contrast between the purples and the background colors behind all the light white and that of the character. Really makes them stand out, and the sun rays coming down look really nice in the composition. I really, really do like that. If I could make final transformation wings different, it would look like glass wings. So are they supposed to be kind of like glass wings then, on the back of Angelic Demon? Because if that's the case, they still look really cool. It's very hard to do it, but I guess I can see where the light's coming down on the side of the wings here. It does have almost like a reflective sheen coming down. So yeah, perhaps they are glass wings. Or if they are, it still looks really awesome. And I still just love the pose for Ashana. Yeah. No, that's really awesome, Mark. I really, really like it. It's supposed to be like rainbow glass wings. Now that you said it, I can actually see it more with the colors. I still think they look rather cool. But even if they keep like the original form and they got the rainbow color bits into it, I don't know. I think you've got a very good in this final form nailing of kind of like the contrast and the colors and the difference between the foreground being a different set of contrasting colors to the background. So we've got cooler colors on the character. You've got warmer colors in the background, which also helps make the character pop and stand out. But you've also got a very nice way of doing the color compositions where you use almost like the rule of thirds. You've got one or two main colors throughout the entire design and then just a hint of another color. But yeah, it's really cool. I really do like that. So art, yeah, it's amazing artwork as always. Can always tell your style, but yeah, it's definitely fantastic. And I can't wait to see how Ashana and the Angelic Demon look on Monday's stream. That'll be amazing. Right. So I guess it's roundup time. So what we've done on today's stream is we've basically drawn ELFIE and, well, the lineup for her, added her wand, added the flat colors in so she ties in with Will, so they should look like they match the same type of anime. I so need to work on anime faces. I might actually do a practice stream or something where I'm just drawing. You guys can join and ask questions. And then we've added a bit of a background for a contrast towards them. Saved it, which is good. So I think, yeah, that's where that is. Trying to think what else we need. I guess, anybody got any questions quickly before we go? If not, then I will say goodbye or good night in a minute. Apple Flavor says wonderful art. I'm not sure if you mean my artwork or Ark's artwork, but thank you. And Ark's artwork is absolutely amazing as well, which is quite cool. Ark says, and love Dashana looked pissed that he is doing that. He's doing that. And could you please say what she would say to him? Oh, what, from your picture? It's like, you do realize I'm a god slayer. Why are you wasting your time with an umbrella in your version of wherever we are? I think that's probably the only thing I can think for that little skit. Tegan says, any suggestions how to change Ashana back to normal? I think there's two options. One, maybe Loki knocks some kind of potion over or something back in the lair and it turns her back into normal. Because there's nothing to say that, you know, the demonic blood or something could have done that, turn her back to normal. The other one could potentially be that as she's a god slayer and she gained the powers of a god, like I said earlier, maybe they've taken a bit of time because she is part mortal, that it would counteract any magic against her and turn her back into her original form. Yeah, Angelic Demon was just being a gentleman in your picture, which is quite cool. So yeah, I think that's probably going to be it, guys. I hope you're liking the new format. As the bots have just said, feel free to join the Discord if you're not already on there. And if you want to do a video suggestion, you can do that from the form in the description, or if you can click on it from the chat replay. If it's on, do it in the chat replay. But on that note, thank you all for joining. In fact, I'll go up in personal. So on that note, thank you all for joining. I do appreciate it. I hope you like the new layout of the stream and the fact that we had Koi as a guest earlier. So thank you, Koi, for jumping on if you're lurking somewhere in the background. Hopefully we can get you on some more and we can get some other people on to do some kind of a Q&A session or, you know, art questions or just general chit chat about art and things, which would be quite cool. And yeah, I hope you all have a good evening. And I will see you on Monday for a live stream, which should be the members only artwork illustration. And I'll reveal that now. It's drawing Mystique and Samus in an illustration together. So it's going to be an interesting one. I'm following what was voted for, by the way. I'll say that now. I won't spoil the surprise, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.